瓦格纳领袖普里格津结束兵变后首度发声，周一他发表约11分钟的录音讲话，将这次军事行动理由说清楚、讲明白。
The purpose of the march was to prevent the destruction of Wagner and the prosecution of those who made a huge number of mistakes in the course of the special military operation due to their unprofessional actions. Society demanded this, and all the soldiers who saw us supported us.
普里格津声称，俄国国防部密谋在7月1号解散瓦格纳，他不得已下只好以行军以示抗议。
Two factors played into my decision to turn around. First factor, we wanted to avoid a Russian bloodshed. Second is, we marched in demonstration of a protest, not to overturn the power in the country.
但他口中的抗议还是发生流血。普里格津坦言曾击落俄国军机，外国情资证实确有此事。
Open source intelligence says there were somewhere between 6 and 8, with multiple pilots being killed. That's an air attack by Mr. Prigozhin's Wagner group against the Russian Air Force because they had air defense equipment in that march with them. But in addition to that, there have been multiple occasions where the Wagner group has engaged ground forces of the Russian force.
外界也注意到普里格津的11分钟讲话只字未提普京的名字，目前也不清楚他究竟身处何方。
Officials in Belarus are refusing to confirm to CNN reports that Yevgeny Prigozhin is already there, but Belarusian opposition figures that I've spoken to tonight say that it would be foolish for Prigozhin to feel he is safe and protected in a country.
KGB 出身的普京过往从未轻易放过政敌，这回遭亲信背叛，恐怕是头一遭。62岁的普里格津，1980年代曾因抢劫坐牢，出狱后摆摊卖热狗、开餐厅，之后因缘际会认识了当时还是圣彼得堡副市长的普京，两人一见如故，越走越近。
I think that Prigozhin does have some personality traits that Putin not only likes, but also I think sees in himself.
普京也提携他接手政府餐饮标案，普里格津还获封普京御厨的称号。他后来也当起白手套，帮普京谋取私利。
Prigozhin's real value to Putin rocketed in Africa, secretly winning influence in countries including Mali, the Central African Republic, Sudan, and Libya. Making big money on gold, diamond, and other deals on the side.
普里格津地位越爬越高，2014年进一步靠着瓦格纳佣兵集团协助普京并吞克里米亚，却没想到之后的战况种下两人裂痕。
Do you think that this means that the Wagner Group is going to live on? Because Prigozhin certainly thinks he's going to be able to operate in some way out of Belarus.
I don't think so. I mean, if you have 25,000. That's what Prigozhin claims. 25,000 really vicious and well-trained men in Russia. I can't imagine that Putin would want that to happen.
不过，对于普里格津的兵变行动 ，CNN 说美国早有掌握。
But this intelligence was extremely detailed, and it was very closely held. We're told it was only shared with a number of very high-level senior U.S. officials, as well as the Gang of 8 British officials. We are told were also briefed, but largely U.S. allies were kept in the dark, and that has frustrated.
且因为担忧情资外泄，没有告知乌克兰，很多北约盟国也被蒙在鼓里。至于普里格津为何选择收手，研判和家人有关系。
Why do you think Prigozhin turned around?
Well, I think that's a question that we don't know the answer to. The Daily Telegraph in London reports that the Kremlin threatened his family, and that was enough.
I've said before, these folks are the criminal thugs. We're going to see more of this. I'm not sure Prigozhin is done.
从错估情势入侵乌克兰到差点动摇政权，普京下一步是否动用核武，还是西方国家最担心的事。
The events over the weekend are an internal Russian matter, and yet another demonstration of the big strategic mistake. We don't see any indication that Russia is preparing to use nuclear weapons. But NATO remains vigilant.
幸好北约说还没观察到类似的迹象，但奉劝普京回头是岸，赶紧停止战争。TVBS 新闻综合报道。
想看最完整的新闻内容，记得下载 TVBS 新闻网 APP。